Hi everyone, this is B. Rukmani Devi, Assistant Professor of Botany, Government Degree College for Women. Today I am here to explain about family Caparidaceae. First I will explain about the classification of Caparidaceae family. Caparidaceae family belongs to the class Dicotyledonnae, subclass Polypetalae, series Thalamiflorae. It belongs to the order Parieteales and family is Caparidaceae. This is about systematic position of Caparidaceae family. Distribution of Caparidaceae family, if you observe, means most of these family members are distributed in the tropical regions of the world. This family is represented by 46 genera and 800 species. Most of these family members are xerophytes, which are covered with scales and hairs on the surface of the leaves as well as on stems. As they are xerophytic in nature, so the surface of leaves and stems of these plants covered with scales and hairs. In India, this Caparidaceae family is represented by 7 genera and 52 species. This is about a distribution of Caparidaceae family. Now I would like to mention some of the important plants which belongs to the Caparidaceae family here. One is Cadaba indica, which is also known as Cadaba fruticosa. Next plant is Cadaba trifoliata, common name is Nallagarra. Caparis aphylla, this is also called as Caparis decidua, commonly called as Karir. Caparis jalanica is another species. This is commonly known as Adavinimma. Next, commonly available species which are grown abundantly in the rainy season, those are Cleome viscosa, commonly called as Cucavamenta. Next one is Cleome gynandra. This is commonly called as Vamenta. These are some of the important plants belongs to Caparidaceae family. Here in this image you can see Cleome viscosa plant. This is Cleome gynandra plant. Now coming to habit and habitat of this Caparidaceae family. Habit means what kind of plants these are. That means they are herbs, shrubs or trees. We will discuss under the heading of habit. Here most of this Caparidaceae family members are herbs and shrubs. Rarely trees are present. Trees also medium sized trees are present. Example for that medium sized tree which belongs to Caparidaceae family is Cretava. Most of the family members are herbs and shrubs. These are secretes some watery sap from these plant parts. If you pluck this plant part, that will oozes out some watery sap. Mostly these family members are commonly seen in rainy season. This is about habit and habitat of Caparidaceae family. Now we will see vegetative characters of this Caparidaceae family members. I will start this vegetative characters description with root system. Basically this is a dicot plant, so it shows taproot system which shows branching. So root system, whatever it is present in this Caparidaceae members is taproot system that shows branching also. Stem characters if you see means here Caparidaceae family members stem is herbaceous in nature. Herbaceous nature means this stem shows characters of herbs. That kind of stem is called as a herbaceous stem. Or some members stem is woody in nature, well developed xylem is present. So woody stem you will see in this Caparidaceae family members. Next, stem is branched in condition, that means branches are produced from the stem, that is why stem is described as branched stem. Next, surface of the stem if you observe means some species it is smooth in nature, that is called as pubescent character. Some species stem surface is covered with spines. Suppose the stem surface is covered with spines means that is called as spinose stem. Surface of the stem is smooth means that is called as pubescent stem. This is about description of stem of Caparidaceae family members. Now I will explain about leaf characteristic features. Caparidaceae family members leaves if you observe means mostly alternate phyllotaxy you will see. Alternate phyllotaxy means arrangement of leaves on the main axis of the plant, that is called as phyllotaxy. What kind of phyllotaxy you will see here means alternate phyllotaxy you will see. That means from each node one leaf will arise. These leaves are arranged alternate to each other. That kind of phyllotaxy is called as alternate phyllotaxy. Leaves, if you observe, means most of the Capardaceae family members are showing simple leaves, but some members shows compound leaves. That too, they will show palmately lobed compound leaves. What type of compound leaves are present in this family? Some of the Capardaceae family members shows palmately lobed compound leaves. Here, this palmately lobed compound leaf mostly 3 to 5 foliate in nature. That means 3 lobes are present in this palmately lobed compound leaf, or 5 lobes are present in this palmately lobed compound leaf. That is why this compound leaf is called as 3 to 5 lobed or 3 to 5 foliate compound leaf. This is about leaf characters. Next, here leaves are not having any stipules. That is why this character is called as exstipulate condition. Exstipulate condition means stipules are absent. Stipules are nothing but small leaf-like appendages which are present at the base of the leaf. These are called stipules. Stipules are present means that condition is described as a stipulate condition. But here in Capardaceae family members, stipules are absent. So leaves are described as exstipulate leaves. Exstipulate leaves means leaves does not possess any stipules. Suppose some of the Capardaceae members may possess stipules. If stipules are present means those stipules are minute in nature or minute in size. Sometimes these stipules are spine-like stipules. This is about characteristic features of leaves of Capardaceae family. Now we will discuss about floral characters or reproductive morphology. Reproductive morphology always begins with inflorescence. Here, if you observe Capardaceae family members, what type of inflorescence is present means mostly flowers are arranged in the form of racemes. For example, Cleome species. Some members are showing corymb type of inflorescence. That kind of corymb type of inflorescence you will see in Caparis ephylla species and Merua species. Some members shows single flowers, that is called solitary flower condition. So inflorescence means here solitary flowers are present. In some members, flowers are grouped in the form of corymb or they may be arranged in the form of racemes. This is about inflorescence of Capardaceae family members. Next, flower general description if you see means flowers are bracteate flowers. Next, they will show actinomorphic symmetry. Bracteate flowers means flowers possess bracts, means that condition is called as bracteate condition. Bracts are nothing but small leaf-like appendages which are present at the base of the flower. That means base of the flower possess small leaf-like appendages, means those leaf-like appendages which are present at the base of the flower, those leaf-like appendages are called as bracts. If suppose flower possess bracts means that flower is considered as bracteate flower. Symmetry of this flower if you observe means Capardaceae family members flowers shows actinomorphic symmetry. What is this actinomorphic symmetry? If you cut the flower in any plane also it will give two equal halves, means that kind of symmetry is called as actinomorphic symmetry. Rarely you will see zygomorphic symmetry in Capardaceae family members. What type of plants will show zygomorphic symmetry in Capardaceae family means mostly Caparis ephylla species. Caparis ephylla species will show zygomorphic type of symmetry. Zygomorphic type of symmetry means if you cut the flower in one particular plane only, you will get two equal halves. That is called as zygomorphic symmetry. This is about symmetry of Capardaceae family flowers. Next, flowers are hermaphrodite in nature. Hermaphrodite condition means in a single flower both male and female reproductive organs are present. That condition is called hermaphrodite condition. Otherwise it is called as bisexual condition. So flowers are hermaphrodite in nature. Next, bracteoles are absent. Bracteoles means leaf-like appendages which are present on the stalk of the flower. That leaf-like appendage is called as bracteole. Bracteole is present means that condition is called bracteolate condition. If suppose bracteole is absent means that condition is called ebracteolate condition. Here bracteoles are absent, so we will describe that character as ebracteolate condition, or you can mention as bracteoles absent. Next, hypogynous flowers you will see in this family. Hypogynous flowers means the position of ovary is superior. Just below the ovary position Remaining floral parts, that means stamens, next petals and sepals will arise. That kind of flower is called as hypogynous flower. Next, flowers possess stalks. That is why that character is mentioned with one term, that is called as pedicel. Suppose pedicel is present means those flowers are described as pedicellate flowers. Here all flowers which belongs to the Scapardaceae family possess pedicels. That is why flowers are described as pedicellate flowers. Pedicellate flowers means pedicel is present. Pedicel means stalk of the flower, that is called as pedicel. Suppose pedicel is present means that is called as pedicellate condition. Next, here flowers are tetramerous in condition. What is tetramerous condition? Tetramerous condition means floral parts are present in 4 in number or multiples of 4 in number. That condition is called as tetramerous condition. 4 or multiples of 4 means floral parts are 4 in number or multiples of 4 means 8, 12, 16 like that. So floral parts are 4 in number or multiples of 4 in number means that condition is called as tetramerous condition. This is about flower general description. Next, here one important feature you will observe that is not present in other remaining families, that is called presence of some specialized axis, that is called as androphore and gynophore. Here the internode which is present between petals and stamens region, that is elongated in nature and that forms one floral axis. That particular elongated inflorescence axis or internode which is present between petals and stamens region, which is elongated in nature, that part is called as androphore. So presence of androphore is characteristic feature of Caparidaceae. So here internode which is present between petals and stamens, which is elongated in nature, so that produces one specialized structure, that structure is called as androphore. So like that, here between stamens and gynoecium or between stamens and carpels also, this axis or internode is elongated in nature, that forms a specialized structure. That elongated axis is called as gynophore. So elongated internode axis which is present between petals and stamens, that is called as androphore. That kind of elongated internode which is present between carpels and stamens, that is called as gynophore. So presence of androphore and presence of gynophore is characteristic feature of Caparidaceae. Now we will discuss about floral parts in a detailed manner. First I will start the explanation of this floral parts with calyx part. Calyx means this is the outermost part of the flower. Individual members of calyx called as sepals. Here Caparidaceae family members, sepals or calyx part if you observe means sepals are mostly 4 in number. Usually these are arranged in 2 whorls, that means 4 sepals are arranged in 2 whorls. Outer whorl consists 2 sepals which are arranged in the median position, that means antero-posterior in position. Two sepals which are present in the median position. Median position means they are oriented in the form of antero-posterior in orientation. Next, remaining 2 sepals which are arranged laterally, that means in transverse mode they will arrange. So these 4 sepals which are arranged in 2+2 manner, that means they are arranged in 2 whorls. Outer whorl consists 2 sepals, inner whorl consists 2 sepals. Outer whorl sepals orientation is antero-posterior in orientation. Inner whorls which consists remaining 2 sepals, these are laterally arranged, that means that kind of orientation is called transverse orientation. So in 2+2 manner these 4 sepals are arranged in Caparidaceae family members. Here these sepals are free in condition. These sepals are not fused in condition. So sepals are free in condition. That condition is described as polysepalous condition. Aestivation if you observe means here mostly Caparidaceae family members sepals shows imbricate aestivation or valvate aestivation. Valvate aestivation means the margins of the sepals come close to each other but they will not overlap with each other. That kind of aestivation is called valvate aestivation. Suppose they will overlap remaining parts, that means the one margin overlaps the next margin, means that kind of arrangement is called as imbricate estuation. So here Caparidaceae family members, sepals shows valvate estuation commonly. Some members rarely they will show imbricate type of estuation. Next, corolla characters we will see. Corolla individual members are called as petals. Here the number of petals are 4. Here petals are free in condition. That condition is described as polypetalous condition. Here these petals shows valvate estuation or imbricate estuation. How these sepals are arranged, same kind of estuation. Here these petals also shows. This is about calyx and corolla of Caparidaceae family members. Next we will discuss about essential organs of Caparidaceae flowers. That means essential organs means androecium and gynoecium. Individual members of androecium called as stamens, individual members of gynoecium called as carpels. So first we will discuss about androecium characters. Caparidaceae family members, androecium part if you observe means stamens are numerous in nature in some members, but in some members the number of stamens is restricted to only 4. Some members possess 6 stamens, so number of stamens greatly varies in Caparidaceae family members. Some members possess only 4 stamens, some members possess 6 stamens, some members possess numerous stamens. So the number of stamens is varies greatly in Caparidaceae family members. Cleium gynandra if you observe means in that species only 6 stamens are present. So 4 stamens condition you will see in Caparidaceae, 6 stamens condition also you will see in Caparidaceae family. Next, more number of stamens also present, that condition is described as numerous condition. So here 4 stamens also present, 6 stamens also present and numerous stamens also present in this family members. Where 6 stamens are present means Cleium gynandra species possess only 6 stamens. Cleium tetrandra possess only 4 stamens. Remember that Cleium gynandra possess 6 stamens, tetrandra possess only 4 stamens. Cleium spinosa if you observe means 6 stamens are present. Here the arrangement of these floral parts, Cleium gynandra possess only 6 stamens, but Cleium spinosa species if you observe means here also 6 stamens are present, but that structural arrangement of this flower which is almost all similar to that of Brassicaceae family members. How Brassicaceae flower shows arrangement, that kind of arrangement you will see in Cleium spinosa species, but there in Brassicaceae tetradynamous condition you will see, but here that tetradynamous condition is not present. Next, Cleium gynandra if you observe means this one possess androphore as well as gynophore, what we discussed earlier while describing about calyx characters and corolla characters. Androphore is present as well as gynophore also present in Cleium gynandra plant. Caparis if you observe means in that plant only gynophore is present. So Caparidaceae family members possess gynophore only, some members possess androphore as well as gynophore, some members possess only androphore. So here Cleium gynandra possess androphore and gynophore, Caparis possess only gynophore. So this is about androecium characters. Gynoecium characters if you observe means carpels only 2 carpels are present. These 2 carpels are fused in condition, so that is called syncarpous condition. Next here gynophore is present. Ovary position if you observe means flower is hypogynous, so ovary position is superior in position. Only single locule is present. In this single locule campylotropous type of ovules are present. These ovules are arranged in parietal placentation. So placentation is parietal placentation. So in parietal placentation campylotropous ovules are arranged in single locule. Some members shows bilocular condition. How this bilocular condition arises in some Caparidaceae family members means here one false septum will form in this single locule, so that appears like that of bilocular condition, but actually only single locule is present, but due to the formation of false septum that is similar to that of bilocular condition. This is about gynoecium characters. Here this gynoecium consists style and stigma. Style, if you observe, means Caparidaceae family members flowers possess very short styles. Some members will not possess any style. That means style is absent in some members. Stigma, if you observe, means stigma is capitate stigma. Stigma is a capitate stigma. Capitate stigma means stigma is spear shaped or head shaped stigma, that is called as capitate condition. Here, while explaining about androecium characters, I forgot to mention few points related to stamens. Here, Caparidaceae family members, androecium, if you observe, means anthers are dithecous anthers. That means two chambers are present in anther. That is called dithecous condition. Next, introdes. Anthers are introdes. Next, basifixed. Fixation of anther with this filament is basal in position. So, that kind of fixation is called as basal fixation, or also called basifixed condition. So, anthers dithecous in condition. Next, basifixed. Next, introdes condition you will see. That means dehiscence will occur towards inner side of the anthers. That condition is called introdes condition. Next, dehiscence happens due to the formation of some walls in longitudinal manner. So, that kind of dehiscence is called as longitudinal dehiscence. This is about androecium characters. Next, fruit formation, if you observe in this Caparidaceae family, means different types of fruits you will observe in this family. Commonly formed fruit is capsule. In Cleome species, if you observe, siliqua type of fruit is formed. In Caparidaceae species, berry type of fruit is formed. And Rhoidsia species, if you observe, means drupe type of fruit is identified. So, different types of fruits are found in Caparidaceae family members. Next, seed characters, if you observe, means inside fruit seeds are formed. These seeds are small in size. These are reniform. Reniform means these are kidney shaped. Next, these are possess some curved embryos. These seeds possess curved embryos. Next, seeds are exalbuminous seeds. Seeds are exalbuminous seeds. Exalbuminous seeds means here endosperm is completely absent. That type of seeds are called exalbuminous seeds. Next, pollination, if you see, means mostly Caparidaceae family members shows entomophilous type of pollination. That means with the help of insects, pollination occurs. That is why that is called as entomophilous type of pollination. Here, self-pollination is prevented by protandry condition and hercogamy condition. So, dichogamy always prevents self-pollination in Caparidaceae family members. Dichogamy means maturation of female sex organs and male sex organs at different times. That is called dichogamy. Mostly protandry always helps to prevent self-pollination process. So, protandry helps to prevent the self-pollination process. Next, one more feature, that is called as hercogamy. That is also prevents self-pollination. This is about pollination of Caparidaceae family members. In this image, you can see Cleome viscosa plant. Here, one small twig is there. Next, cellus of flower. Next, TS of ovary. Floral diagram you can see in this image. Here, Cleome viscosa, if you observe, means what is the difference, basic difference which is helps in identification of Cleome viscosa and Cleome gynandra, means Cleome viscosa possesses numerous stamens. Cleome gynandra possesses only 6 stamens. Leaves characters also little bit difference is there. So, you can differentiate these two species on the basis of number of stamens as well as on basis of some morphological features. Here you can see Cleome gynandra plant. This is a small twig of Cleome gynandra. Here you can see flowers. Next, TS of ovary. Next, floral diagram you can observe. Here in this floral diagram you can see 6 stamens are present. So, Cleome gynandra possesses only 6 stamens. Now coming to economic importance of Caparidaceae family. Caparidaceae family economically have little importance. Mostly Caparidaceae family members are grown as weeds. Only few members are having horticulture importance. That means very few members which are grown as ornamental plants. Most of them are grown as weeds. Some of the Caparidaceae family members are used as food. For example, Caparis aphylla species, if you observe, means in this Caparis aphylla species, fruits are having some nutrients. That is why these are used as food. Mostly Caparis aphylla species and Caparis spinosa species, fruits are preserved as pickles and they are consumed. Next, some of the Caparidaceae family members are having medicinal values. What type of medicinal values they will show, we will discuss now. Topmost position shoots as well as young leaves of Caparis aphylla, mostly these are powdered and these are used to cure some toothaches. Toothaches, if you get, means this powdered form of top shoots of Caparis aphylla as well as young leaves of Caparis aphylla, these are used in the treatment of toothache problems. Next, burned powder, which is burned powder or wood powder of Caparis aphylla, which is used to treat leucorrhea problem. Remaining medicinal values of Caparidaceae family members, if you see, means root bark of Caparis spinosa, mostly used as carminative and also used to stimulate appetite. Carminative means mostly it is having digestive properties. So here Caparis spinosa species root bark, which is used as carminative as well as which is used to stimulate appetite. Next, bark of Cretava religiosa species, mostly used in the treatment of gallbladder stones. So, bark part of Cretava religiosa having medicinal values. This is used in the treatment of gallbladder stones. So, this is used as a remedy for gallbladder stones treatment. Next, only few members of this Caparidaceae family members are grown as ornamentals. That means they are having very little horticulture importance. Examples for that kind of horticultural importance plants: Meruva, Rhoidicea savulensis, Cretava religiosa. These are grown as ornamental plants. This is about economic importance of the family Caparidaceae. With this, I am concluding this lesson. Thank you very much for listening.